If you're watching this, I'm dead. At least, that's what people on Twitter would have you believe. If you guys didn't know, I was smack dab in the middle of Hurricane Milton a few days ago that hit Florida, and the craziest part of it was not the storm. It was everyone on Twitter telling me that I was about 0.1 seconds away from having my insides become my outsides. These people were treating the storm like a living sentient Florida crackhead, and I had just stolen its lunch money or something. Like it was coming specifically for me. I was posting about on Twitter how I was planning to stream that day for landfall and do a live stream of the entire landfall, and people were calling me an idiot for not evacuating. Like I was about to get hit by a hurricane and these people were calling me clout chasing idiots. It's insane how many people were just straight up nasty and rude to me, telling me that I was being a clout chaser because I planned to stream landfall when I was not in an evacuation area. So I was actually doing my due diligence and listening to local experts who was telling me what I should be doing, and I shouldn't have evacuated, and I didn't evacuate. Which is why you should never, ever, ever listen to somebody on social media, ever, at all, except for me. I was genuinely expecting this storm to be like really, really bad for us. The entire tracks of Milton as it made its way over Florida, over to Florida from the Gulf of Mexico, showed Orlando just smack dab. Like it was bullseye, straight ass to cheek, coming for us, dude. While it was over the Gulf of Mexico, it became the second strongest storm ever recorded in the Gulf of Mexico, which we've had our share of category 4 or 5 hurricanes scrape by Florida before, but this was the first time that it had really come directly over Orlando and impact Central Florida in my lifetime. I've lived here for a long time, and I was genuinely expecting it to be very, very, very bad, especially for my friends over in Tampa and my friends down south in southern Florida. So we were keeping a close eye on it the entire week. I grew up around Tampa Bay and St. Petersburg, so I was pretty flabbergasted seeing all of the footage out of there from the hurricane. You know, Tropicana Field, a big sports stadium, got their entire roof blown off. There was people that got hit with pretty bad storm surge, but I'm gonna go out and say that it actually wasn't as bad as it could have been, which is saying something because it was pretty fucking bad over there on the coast. Here's the thing. The hurricane itself was actually the easy part. Nobody fucking tells you that hurricanes spawn tornadoes. So I'm waiting for this hurricane to start happening, and all of a sudden, my phone starts blowing up with alerts. Tornado warning, tornado warning, tornado warning. And these aren't just tornado watches, like this could potentially happen. These are radar indicated tornadoes. Florida had something like 50 tornado warnings go out in the course of like 2 hours as Milton approached. So we're all fucking matrix dodging tornadoes in Central Florida. Some places get really, really horribly hit in Southern Florida by tornadoes. And these are big fucking tornadoes, dude. That's right. Wizard of Oz ass tornadoes. I was half expecting to look outside of my window and see a fucking witch just We don't get tornadoes in Florida. We never get tornadoes in Florida. It's very, very rare that we have the supercell spawning required for tornadoes to be made in Florida. So I was fucking flabbergasted, and I don't use that word lightly or use this word heavily. Does anyone say they use this word heavily? I guess if you're talking about how often you use it, it would be I use this word heavily. Yes, that makes sense. So Milton, this absolute fucking dick of a storm, absolute fucking dick, sends a ton of tornadoes to Florida before the hurricane itself even hits. I think that's unfair. Mods, at this point, I'm in Central Florida. I'm in my house. I'm watching the news, and I see that tornado tracker going off every time, and that bitch is just chattering, just beep, 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 just jump scaring me every 5 seconds, watching the tornadoes creep up from South Florida to northern Central Florida. And I'm like, am I about to get hit by a fucking tornado before I get hit by a category 3 hurricane or stronger? Luckily, as Milton approached, all of the tornado warnings subsided pretty much. We didn't get any tornadoes in Central Florida. We had 2 active warnings that were over us, but No tornadoes that were spotted in my area, thank fucking God. I think I would have cried if I saw a tornado. So I decided that once the tornadoes were done, it was time to stream. I had to stream landfall. I had to stay true to my word. It's about like 9 p.m. at this point, and I go live. I put on my meteorologist hat and I do a deep dive 7-hour-long live stream in the storm. Wind is battering my windows. Rain is flooding the parking lot outside. It's coming down heavy and hard and thick and romantic. And I'm waiting for it to get just absolutely terrible. I'm waiting for this entire point where it's been raining and streaming. It's still not over to me. It takes quite a bit of time for a storm system that large to move, and it's only going 16 miles an hour. So I'm waiting for it. We're right in the path in Orlando. And it never gets bad. It literally never gets bad where I am. Somehow, I'm in the middle of the fucking path, and I'm waiting for these insane gusts of wind, and it's getting like pretty windy. I'm getting probably like 15, 20 mile an hour gusts, but I'm waiting for, we were scheduled to get, forecasted to get 60 miles an hour wind. Or higher. Some forecasts said that we were going to get 90 mile an hour wind gusts in Orlando, and it just never happened. My lights flickered one time. I didn't lose power. I didn't lose internet. I didn't even get a little bit wet, dude. It's like Mickey Mouse used a fucking power shout from Walt Disney World to send the storm more southward, because areas below me definitely got schwacked by that fucking hurricane. Like heavy rain, I almost said heavy riz. Heavy rain, heavy flooding, absolutely fucking crazy. Around 4 in the morning, I'm watching this storm creep up, and I finally decide that it's probably the worst is over. It's 4 in the morning, and I call it, because the storm has pretty much moved off the east coast of Florida at this point. And I'm like, okay, I'm calling it. I'm fucking tired. I have been drinking. I have just drunk and tired. 4 in the morning. I've been talking for seven hours straight. My throat was raw, dude. Just how I like it. And I go to bed. I close my eyes, and it's just the most blissful sleep. I wake up at 11 in the morning because I had to sleep in a little bit. I wake up at 11 in the morning, and it is bright. It is sunny. The sky is blue. The birds are chirping. The wind is still blowing a little bit, but like it's a gorgeous day outside. And I look outside, and it's like the hurricane never even existed. Like there weren't 50 fucking tornadoes yesterday. It was insane how little my neighborhood specifically was affected. So I decided to go take a little drive. So we decided to take a little drive to our local park. And this is a park that I've been going to for years. It's one of my favorite places of all time just to walk around. A river cuts right through it, and we go. And there basically is no park. And that's when I realized how fucking real this was. There is no park around us. That water had flooded so intensely that it was just lake. It was just a lake at that point. The local park had flooded into a fucking lake. There were benches underwater. Just look at this. You know, we were in a flash flood warning, but I wasn't expecting it to actually get that crazy. And I think it's really easy to pretend like you know, you're totally gonna be fine before it happens, and then when you're in the storm, shit gets real really quick. So that really just cemented in my mind how serious this storm was. It was fucking crazy. I've never seen flooding like that in my life, and I can't even imagine what it was like on the western coast of Florida by Sarasota, where these guys got like 8 to 10 feet of storm surge. But I have friends in Tampa, they didn't even lose power. I have certain friends that are in Central Florida that are currently still without power. And I feel so fucking lucky. I don't know what happened. I can't win at a fucking casino, but apparently I won the lottery when it came to this hurricane. So I just wanted to talk about my little hurricane experience. I am totally fine, just dealing with some shrubbery. So many fucking leaves outside, dude. So many leaves. Anyway, I hope everyone that was more seriously affected than me recovers quickly and stayed safe during the hurricane. I just thought it was so fucking stupid how serious we thought it was going to be here, only to get miraculously missed by what otherwise could have been a very, very bad situation for me. Blue dogs and hurricanes do not mix, guys. So anyway, I just had to tell y'all Back to normal videos, I promise. The slop must flow. The slop must flow. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.